This is my annual, hopefully it will stay an annual Christmas video. And if you follow my channel long enough, you know that I made a 1950s polar bear cotton dress last year. And even And even before I started filming videos for YouTube, I think I made for 2 or 3 years in a row a Christmas dress or garment or costume each year on Christmas. And this year's dress is going to be not very Christmassy, but I think very elegant and festive. But I really had to make it, and this was my only opportunity where I have a little bit of free time to do that. And it is a dress from the 1990s, so relatively new and not very historical or anything. But I saw this beautiful dress on Pinterest, and when I saw it, it came to my mind that I have a perfect fabric for that in the fabric shop. And so I went out and bought it, 2 meters of it, and it's not as colorful as this one. You will see it in a minute. It's a grey plissé fabric with a little bit of a stretch to it, and I think it really is a more settle color, so it doesn't pop out as the original dress. Yeah, I'm trying to make it, and I have to say the pattern seems very experimental, and I don't know if I will maybe make it a little bit simpler, but I guess we'll figure it out in the video and you can watch me along this process. Let's see how it will go. So this is the fabric that actually inspired this project, and it's a grey jersey, but it has a very interesting plissé texture to it. So it almost looks like a plissé fabric, but it's actually just a regular jersey. So I don't know quite how to start on this dress, because the pattern is very, like this dress is an artwork by an artist and not really a work of a seamstress. So I'm a little bit conflicted on how I should start, but I think the draping is the best way to start. So I'm going to take my dress form, which is a little bit smaller than me, but that's no problem. Once I have the final pattern, I will add just 2 centimeters around. And I also need some fabric. And this is a very cheap lining fabric, and I will kind of use that to try to drape the dress. I will see how it works, but I think it's a good start to kind of figure out how this dress will work, I guess. Okay, I actually do have a little bit of a result, I guess. And it wasn't until I started draping with the actual fabric that I kind of vaguely got something I wanted to, and this is what I've come to. And it doesn't look like much. I think on the camera you just see the yellow thread, and that's basically all there is. It's just the fabric and this little corner here. But this should work as the side seam, and this should work as the sleeve. Yeah, I was so confident in that I actually wanted to cut it right out of this fabric, but I opted to make a mock-up, because actually that's a very stupid idea, because I don't really know how that will end up looking if I don't have all the pieces together, and so waste the whole fabric for maybe something that maybe not work. So I will make a mock-up, and I've got my paper already here, and I'm using an old jersey bed sheet for that, that I found around, and yeah, let's see how it will work. It actually shouldn't be that much of a complicated dress. So I don't know how well you can see this. This is what I'm currently working with, and honestly, I mean, the back is just like the front, but I mean, I don't hate it. It's not like the original. Well, it does look a little bit like it, but I mean, I'm kind of digging this look. I kind of like this look. I'm wondering if I maybe should make the sleeves a little bit tighter. Just like around here. Maybe I'm gonna pin that in and then look at. Definitely I will definitely have to make this tighter up here, because right now it goes like whoops. And longer too, I guess. These are 3/4 sleeves and I wanted them like wrist length like the original dress. It was pretty easy to alter. I just marked the alterations with chalk and then measured the amount I want to take away from the width, marked it on the pattern and cut that away. It's very easy to alter a pattern if you just make it tighter, which is exactly what happened here. And then I could already cut the whole dress out. I cut it against the grain, actually, because the little pleats of the plissé run horizontally to the grain, and I want them to be like lengthwise, because I think this looks a little bit more flattering. So I cut it on the other side, so I basically folded the fabric in a different way. But then I just pinned the pattern on, marked 1 centimeter seam allowance all around, like you would do with any garment. And right after it was cut, I already started with the assembly, and I firstly started with the most complicated part, I guess, which were the folds. And there are 2 folds on each piece. The first one goes towards the neckline, then it gets pinned down, and then it gets folded downward. This is what creates the shape in the front and also allows a little bit of room for the bust. To make the pleats stay put, I sewed it together maybe 5 centimeters inward, not much longer, because I didn't want to spoil the drape of the fold. So then it was just a matter of assembly. I started with the front and back seam, which were the 2 straight seams. Then it looked something like this, rather weird actually. But I proceeded with the shoulder seams, just took the back and front piece, laid it over each other and pinned the shoulder seams together and sewed them. And then I already sewed the last seam, which was the side seam, which did start at the sleeve and went all the way through to the hem of the skirt actually. So this is what connects this whole dress. I didn't finish the seams on the inside, firstly because I was in a rush, and secondly because I think it's not necessary with jersey, but that's just my personal opinion. It's definitely more neat if you finish it, but I just didn't care. Anyway, but I finished all the hems, and that was the neckline, the sleeve opening, and the hem of the skirt. And the neckline and the arm opening got finished with a straight stitch because there isn't any tension on it when I wear it. But the hem got finished with a zigzag stitch, so when I walk and move in this dress, the seam doesn't rip open again. And now we come to an end of this rather simple Christmas dress. I think I can call it that. Yeah, hope you enjoyed this video.
And if you did, leave a like or a comment and subscribe to my channel. I hope you have a good start in 2021 and see you guys soon.